Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and it probably looks like you are looking at a big old mess in front of me, and in a way you are, but there's a little bit of organization to it. Today we're going to do an organizational video specifically designed for the Workshops Your Way for Close to My Heart. However, I'm hoping that by the end of the video you will be able to find some tips to help you organize yourself when you're doing big projects like this. Now, Workshops Your Way is something that's a fairly new concept from Close to My Heart, where you buy a kit, which is what I have in front of me, and it has the paper products, the embellishments that you would need to do. Ready for this? You can do 3 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. In addition to that, you can do 2 12 by 12 Picture My Life layouts. And then there's enough extra stuff to make cards, which is why I love this. You take your stuff, you use it all up, you cut it up, and you come up with so many fabulous things. Now, I'll just warn you what it does not include. It does not include the page protectors for any of the layouts, including the Picture My Life. It does not include the stamps or the inks that you would need. And there are a few extra things. The card bases aren't in here, so you would either have to make your own or purchase those. And then there are some extra little, like the thinlets, it doesn't include that. But this is still a really great value. Now, because there's so much that it includes, I personally do not have space to keep it all organized and in the right piles until I can work on all of those things. And obviously with that many layouts, it's going to take a little bit of time to get all of that done. And most importantly, throwing it all back in here just would really mess me up. It just would play with my brain too much. I just can't do it. And part of that is just because I'm afraid I would spend so much time every time I got it out to work out, sorting it back out so I could find the right pieces once they're all cut. So what I did is I cut my kit apart, and I did not make a video on doing all of that. Close to My Heart has done for the Charlotte kit. They have done some great kits that takes you, or some great videos that takes you through cutting. It takes you through the different layouts, and I believe they've even done one that takes you through the card making process if you need those videos. So I'm not going to add to that that's already out there. So how did I do it? Well, I printed the guides, and those don't come in the kit, but they're free and you can print them. But I printed the guides and set them all up to do my pages. So I'm just going to pull some of those out and just show you. Some of them you'll see as we go through the video. But this is the way that the cut guides look. And you'll notice that on the cut guides, they are numbered 1A, 2E, and 5B. So those, that means there are, in the 5 different types of projects I can do, or 5 different projects I can do, I cut 3 of those 5 in here. So that was the first thing, is I started cutting. But before I even did that, I grabbed some simple page protectors. Now, you could use 12 by 12 page protectors, and you'll see what happens when you don't use 12 by 12 page protectors. I have an abundance of these 8.5 by 11 page protectors because I don't do 8.5 by 11 scrapbooking anymore. And I thought I would use those. Now, what happens is, because you do have some pieces that end up being 12 inches long, is when you slip them in, you end up with a little bit of overhang. That doesn't bother me in particular because my whole packet is 12 by 12, so they'll still be protected once I put them back in my packet. So when I would pull out, then I pulled out my page protectors, and then I numbered them all. So on the spine, and I will just pull, I wasn't going to do it for the Picture My Life layout, and then I ended up doing it. So but you'll see here there's a number 4, and I just did that with a Sharpie. I numbered them 1 through 6, and then now I need to go back and do what for the Picture My Life one. And then I had them all ready. So when I would cut across this piece of paper, I would put any 1s in the 1 page, any 2s in the 2 page, any 5s in the 5 page, and then I would go to the next. So I always had them put away every time I cut a piece of paper. That way, if I have to stop halfway through a project, I don't have to think, okay, which pile was that? Which is the 1 pile? Which is the 5 pile? I don't have to worry about my cat coming onto the table if I have them all laid out neatly and knocking them off, because I did this watching TV at my coffee table. So I pulled those all out, and I'm just going to show you then what that left me with. So I then had 7 page protectors, and then I put in, let's find one that's not all kind of messed up. I put in the instruction sheet in that page protector and the extra pieces that go in that page protector all ready to go. So if I have, this looks like a fairly easy project, probably would only take, I don't know, maybe a half hour. So if I have a half hour, I can just grab this and I'm good to go. And then I just need to get my stamps and other things to go with that. But for the quick stuff, I'm there, I'm good to go. Then I took it one step further. I decided that, I know that sometimes when, like if you're getting together with friends to crop or something, you might do the layouts and not put the pictures in it. But I wanted, when I finished these layouts, I wanted to have my pictures ready to go. So I went onto my computer, which is where I keep my photos, and I started going, okay, what do I want this page to look like? And then I started looking for pictures. Now I print my photos 2 different ways. The first thing that I do is I send them to Walmart. If I'm in a hurry and I'm not printing a bunch of photos, then I will just do the 1 hour photo. And I can do that from my house, and then by the time, even if I wanted them that day, or if I wanted them the next day, by the time I stop at Walmart, they're ready. So that's what I do with part of them. Obviously, if I was going to print, say, a family vacation, I would probably not do the 1 hour photo. I would just print a whole bunch and then sit and sort as I did it. But for this, I knew exactly, I was able to choose my pictures. So I put them in a file, and when I renamed those, I just copied them, put them in their own file, and it said Walmart. When I renamed each of those, I went and I said, okay, this is layout 3. So we're going to go picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, picture 4, picture 5, picture 6. So when I renamed my photos, I renamed it 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. Now I know that may seem like a lot of work to you for photos, but because I was dealing with a layout like this, and I wasn't coming up with a layout on the top of my head where I could make my layout work for my photos, this time I needed my photos to work for my layout. And so this helped me be sure that when I got everything printed, I printed exactly what I needed, and I did print them in double, but I printed exactly what I needed so that I wouldn't get home and think I was almost done and then realize I was short a picture. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing that I do is I have one of the Canon CP910 selfie printers, which I love. Now, I will warn you that those prints are a little bit more expensive. I did some math before this video, and I figured out they're about 28 cents a piece for a print. But the reason that I wanted to do that is because I wanted to resize some of my photos so that I wasn't cropping. They were already resized, and you could probably do this at Walmart, but I just chose to do it by printing it myself. So I knew that these photos were the size that I needed. So then once I had all my photos printed and everything, I pulled those files from my computer again, just popped it up on the screen, and then on the back you'll see I put 3.1, 3.2, 3.5. So when I actually sit down to do my scrapbooking, it's going to go together very quickly, and I'm not going to go, which photo did I want? Those were all things that I could do while I was just watching TV, and it didn't disturb my family. My husband was right there. I wasn't bothering him, but yet we could still be together. So those are just some organizational tips that I had. And like I said, I'm not going to do videos on each step-by-step process. However, when I am completely done with the kit and I've assembled everything there is to assemble, I will do a video and show you exactly the impact and the things that you can get with this kit, because I think you'll see what a great kit it is. Now the last thing is everything that's still 12 by 12, I just tossed right back in this bag, and the embellishments are in there, the extra paper strips are in there, and we're good to go with all of that. And so now I'll just pick all of this right back up. slide it down, slide it in, and when I have a little bit of time, I'm ready for layout 1. So I hope that you found those tips helpful if you're using the workshops on workshops your way. I apologize. Now, how does this help you if you are scrapbooking and you're not using the kits? Well, I think that sometimes thinking through layouts, if you're using maybe a book that you have found a great layout and you're trying to think through that layout, or maybe you know exactly what photos you want. If you are sitting down, sometimes maybe I just want to sit down and do a whole bunch of paper cutting and I don't want to drag everything out. Well, I can still organize them just the same way. And then I can go back and find my photos and I can organize them the same way. Whatever you can do to kind of organize and get things going the way you want it, so that when you're ready to scrapbook, it's all there. That'll save you time in the long run. So I hope you found these tips helpful. Thanks so much for stopping by today. And remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.